Finally, I am back from vacation and the Timbers are on a good run of form. So welcome back, new and returning viewers. I hope you're all doing well. This is the first video I've made in quite a few weeks since the post-LA Galaxy video that I was away on vacation. And you guys know that I have been away and that's why there has been a bit of a slowdown in the videos, but I'm back from the family vacation. I'm raring to go and make some more videos. And today's video is going to be recapping Wednesday night's game at Providence Park against Colorado Rapids, where the Timbers won 2-1. Going into the game, the Timbers were always going to be the favourites to take 3 points. The Rapids going into this game hadn't won in 11 of their last road league games, and the Timbers have won 3 out of their last 5 games after the New York Red Bulls win. So yeah, going into it was always going to be difficult for Colorado to come to Providence Park, where we're starting to make it a bit of a fortress now, and with a good bit of run of form for the Timbers, always going to be difficult for them to try and even get a point, let alone 3 points. And in all honesty, it was a dominant performance from the Timbers from start to finish. I mean, Colorado's goal would only come from a big mistake from Olam, who gave them the ball, and he finished very well past Attinella, but the Timbers really, they did dominate the whole game. I'll get onto the stats and a little bit later on, but now let's take a look at the key moments in the game, those match highlights. The Timbers broke the deadlock on the 20th minute thanks to a Valeri header, but we have to thank the build-up play of Matux and Vitas. So Nagbe had the ball on the left-hand side. Matux made a great run off the back of the defender into the 18-yard box. He was strong. He drew the defenders out of position and then played it back to Vitas, who got his head up, saw Valeri, and if you look at the replay, you see Valeri just, way back. He leaves the defender to run towards his own goal. And then he makes a little run inside as a free man, and he calls for it from Vitas. He sees him, and what a cross it was. Pinpoint precision from Vitas onto Valeri's path and on his head, and it was 1-0 Timbers. And that, by the way, is Valeri's 15th of the season, his own personal best, beating his 14-goal tally that he got last season, and he continues to break his own record that he set last week for the most goals scored by a Timbers player. He's now on 52, so what a legend. Someone make a statue of that man. The Timbers then furthered their lead only 2 minutes later thanks to a Darlington Nagbe wonder strike. Oh my goodness, I could not believe this when I saw it. But it all started with Blanco in the midfield. He completely sold 2 Colorado midfielders by turning, just a bit of a fake turn, let the ball roll past him, and it broke away. He played it to Vitas down the left-hand side, who created space, drove at the defence. Nagbe then found a tiny pocket of space inside the 18-yard box. Vitas rolled it nicely to him. He turned literally on the spot, and then I don't even know how to describe it. He just scooped it over. Tim Howard, bearing in mind this is Tim Howard, he's an unbelievable goalkeeper, up there for one of the best in the MLS. I've watched him in the Premier League when he was here and he was quality. So, to do that against Tim Howard, that takes a lot of doing, and my goodness, Nagbe, what a finish, what a goal. And, I saw someone comment, it's a big night or a good night when Darlington Nagbe gets on the score sheet. So a couple of weeks back, I talked about how crucial Vitas really is in this team about getting forward on that left-hand side. There really isn't a player like him, and it's fantastic to see because we lost Villafaña at the end of the 2015 season, that title-winning season, and that was a very big loss, not just defensively, but going forward. He would always, come up with the assists off set pieces or just in general play. And Vitas has done exactly that, so fair play to him. And he's such a big athlete as well. He can win headers, win tackles, can defend pretty well, and going forward he's just a machine. He can put some great balls in and just link up well with the attackers. So it's going to be really crucial to try and keep players like Vitas, Blanco, Valeri, Nagbe, all these sort of players fit, because they really are the catalysts of so many good goals and attacking plays. So fingers crossed going into the playoffs, if we can even get into them, that these players stay fit, and I think we've got a good chance. Then just 5 minutes later, Colorado got 1 goal back. It was very sloppy from the Timbers. It was against the complete run of play, to be honest. The Timbers looked so dominant and in control of possession, with chances created, all those sort of things. But then Lawrence Olam tried to play a bit of a stupid pass through a little gap of Colorado players to Guzman, who, I don't know, it was just a poor decision. The pass was never going to get to him anyway, even if it was a fast-paced pass. It was just very sloppy, very slow, and then Mohamed Saeed intercepted it. And then he drove at the defenders, he drove at Olam specifically, and he didn't really go to the ball. He just kept on going back, and then the shot went through Olam's legs, as you see so many goals conceded like that, where it just goes through the defender's legs. Exactly what it did. Pass Atinella wasn't even the best. Well, it was a great finish, but it wasn't even the fastest shot. It didn't have a lot of pace on it. It just was very precise, and it was 2-1. So after that action-packed 10-minute period, the game kind of went a bit quiet. Colorado really didn't make any clear-cut chances, and neither did we. They were kind of just half chances, shots from the edge of the box, things like that. But the big chance was in the 81st minute when Blanco went on a mazy run. Could have played it inside to Valeri, but he didn't. He kept it. He did a little bit of a fake shot and snapped one of the ankles, literally, of the Colorado defenders, who fell straight on the floor. And then Blanco had a sight on goal, looking for a bit more composure from him, but he went completely for power instead of placement, past Howard, and then he blazed it over the bar. But unfortunate, because he's a guy in good form, but it didn't matter anyway, because the Timbers come away from this game at Providence Park as 2-1 winners and 3 big points in the bag. So now let's take a look at the statistics from this 2-1 Timbers win. And as you can see, the Timbers kind of dominated most of the key ones, 17 shots to their 12. We had more shots off target than them, and we had equal shots on target. But we had more crosses, we had more passes than them, almost double the amount of passes from them. So it clearly shows that we just kept the ball. We were allowed to keep the ball. We weren't really pressed. A lot of the time we were just keeping it around the back, and we had 65% possession to their 35. So yeah, just a dominant performance from the Timbers, and things looking a bit worrying for Colorado. If I was a fan, where are your goals coming from? And defensively, you don't look the best. I mean, Howard is probably keeping them in most games. So where does this leave the Timbers in terms of the Western Conference? Well, things are looking much brighter and better for us Timbers fans. As you can see, the Timbers are sitting in second position, 1 point behind the Seattle Sounders, who we play this weekend. A massive rivalry game, probably one of the biggest. If we beat them, we could go top of the table, which is unbelievable. But like normal, like it's been for a few weeks now, we have played more games than everyone else in the conference. Not in the conference, but in the playoffs at least. We've played 1 more than Seattle, 2 more than Sporting KC, 1 more than Houston, and 3 more than FC Dallas and Vancouver Whitecaps. And Vancouver sitting in that last playoff spot, and they're only 5 points behind us, so it really is tight in this Western Conference. And the Timbers just got to keep grinding, keep going hard, each game at a time, get them points on the board that keep us above the red line. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter where you finish above that red line, because you can still go on to win the MLS Cup. Yeah, it could be just a longer way, like we did in 2015. I think, what did we get? One of the 5th or 6th, something like that. We got one of the lowest spots, but we still went on to win it. It really doesn't matter. It's all about form going into the end. As long as you're above that red line and you have some good form, you can win it. And we proved that. So hopefully this year, though, we take the easier route and we come in the top 2 or 3 of the Western Conference. Things are looking good, and fingers crossed that the games in hand that the teams around us have, they don't do too well. So that brings us to the end of the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm back to hopefully the regular schedule of match previews and match recaps. I'm back from holiday. Thank you for being so supportive and understanding of me wanting to spend time with the family and things like that. And yeah, just general support on the channel. I've seen just today that we hit 150 subscribers, which is unbelievable. I remember just hitting 10 and being like mad. So yeah, next goal is 200. Take them baby steps. It's just unbelievable. So thank you for all of the support. And let me know in the comments below what you thought of the video, or hit me up with a message on Twitter. And like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more constant weekly Timbers content. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Adios.